Get cosy. Right, all good to go? Oh, no.
It was fun. It was really fun. I mean, obviously we didn't know how it was going to be, you know. We're sort of kind of the underdog in this because obviously we just put our album out and we're very new band. And so I think first and foremost we were quite excited to be asked, you know. I mean, when you put us alongside these guys, they've been doing their thing for a while now. Everybody knows who they are. So yeah, we kind of went in with a little bit of trepidation. We didn't want to trip anyone up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. You see, yeah, we did our job. But yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. It's just been relaxed. I mean, we got a day in the studio with Pro last week, and it's been chill. Like everyone's just so really easy going, and we're in safe hands. You know, like that's the best part. Is they're able to film like us doing what we do without getting in the way, and therefore got a really good out of it. You know.
It's Sophie for Culture Compass, and I'm here with Pure Love. How are you?
Very well.
Tired.
Jet lagged, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Not yet. Just tired. Just so.
Not hit you yet.
My body's fighting me. The caffeine and the sleep deprivation.
Now, will you just go through, be solid, or will you have a little nap at some point?
Chance. No.
I'm gonna have a nap. 20-minute nap. Power nap.
I'm
That's
here
all you
till the
need.
end.
It's hardcore, literally.
That's because I'm going home early. So.
Now, we've just viewed your Relentless Energy Drink advert. It was a documentary style. When you knew that was the way it was going to be, did you hide anything in the studio? Did you wear special clothes? Did you hide the size of your personalities, perhaps?
I only have
Can't contain the size of our personalities. You know, we can't hide them.
I only have a certain wardrobe.
Yeah,
very
exactly,
small,
yeah.
so I can only wear like one or two pieces of clothing. So
I was what I did do was tidy my house because the stuff where I'm sitting right and that's just shot in my living room, and so that was I tidied up a little bit. Our house is pretty tidy, but yeah.
It was a fake sort of reality then.
Yeah. I got rid of all the AKs and big pile of cocaine, sweep that under the couch.
the pit bulls.
The pit bulls, I wouldn't get rid of them.
Was there anything that you watched on the raw footage when you saw it back that you thought, oh, I didn't know I did that, or that's annoying? Or...
Yeah, there is. To be honest, the first time I watched it, I was really shocked because obviously I've been playing shows for a long time, but when I watched the footage of us playing, he's got a lot of it, and he showed us a lot of it. It looks really dangerous, and I'd never really, you know, when you're in the moment, you don't think about anything, and it doesn't feel like anything to you.
Yeah.
And when you see it back, I was like, holy shit! I've seen videos before, of us playing, and it's rowdy, but that was shot really well and lit really well. That I was like, oh my god, that looks like. Now I understand why I wake up feeling so shitty. You know, like I've just been beaten up by 1,000 people, because essentially that's what we do every night, you know, to go out and get roughed up by 150 kids. But
scale balconies at London shows as well.
let's not talk about that.
Is that illegal?
I didn't get in trouble for it.
Surprising,
I
actually.
was so upset.
I had to pull you up, so
Yeah.
I was worried for a minute.
Yeah,
But
It
it
was
was
all
good.
on you.
I knew that I could. I have the strength
yeah.
to work out.
I'm a little man.
Do you ever get cross with each other and go, you went too far this time, buddy?
Never playing shows. Never playing shows.
Just in personal.
Yes. You've crossed the line, but
I was going to ask that because obviously Relentless Energy Drink is about being extreme, committing, all of that sort of stuff. But in your personal lives, in your life outside of music, are you like that? Do you do extreme things? Or?
I don't know about extreme, but the no half measures thing does ring true. You can't really fucking live. You know, if you worry about everything, you're gonna have a really boring life.
I've done skydiving before.
Yeah, this guy's extreme.
I've done it too.
Oh yeah, you
I
have fun? I loved it. It's great.
Not for you?
I'd love to, but no.
What's stopping you?
Time.
You don't have time?
Yeah. Too busy.
Watch Point Break. Get into it.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
Man, when he jumps out of the plane at the end, I watched that. We watched it in the van.
Watched it.
Man,
Classic.
yeah. love that film.
When was the moment in your life that you first really realised that music matters so much to you?
It's a weird question for me because obviously I've been doing this for a long time, but I had a bit of an epiphany recently. Like this band has changed my life for like a whole bunch of different reasons, and I feel like I'm a much better person now because of this band. And I only really realised that music mattered to me recently, really recently actually. Like we were on tour and we were playing a show and we were playing a brand new song and the whole place just lit up, and that was when I was like, okay, I'm doing something good, I'm doing something worthwhile, and I really believe in it. And to be honest, like, I fell into music in a weird way, you know, like, and I always felt like I didn't really belong, and a lot of the time I fought against it all.
It used to frustrate the hell out of me every time I interviewed you, because I'm such a Gallows fan, and I'd be like, oh my god, this record's amazing, you guys are the purpose right now, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go to tattooing. I'd be like, what are you talking about?
I was always into tattooing, man. I've never been out of that, but it's just I couldn't convince myself, you know. And now I really like understand like what, you know, I feel like I have a purpose because I bring something useful to this band. It's not just like spitting and fighting with everyone, you know, slagging off magazines. Like it's suddenly like we've got songs, and like Jim is, you know, like we're like brothers now, and better than some of my brothers. Now I'm just playing. Don't print that for fuck's sake. I won't live it down.
Now I want to talk about, it took guts really to do Pure Love, because, you know, it's not what people might have expected or what some people perhaps even wanted before they heard it.
Sure.
So during that time when you decided, I'm going to sing on this record, did you have moments of doubt or confidence issues or nightmares about the album coming out?
There was a lot of trepidation, you know, like I was nervous, but I've got a good support system in the other half here. So, you know, he's always backed what I do 100%. And to be honest, like when we started writing the songs, the first day in the studio I was really nervous, and it showed. And then I relaxed and I let go and I just sang really loud, and then I found my place within it, you know. And once you've found your place, it's your fucking place. Like no one else can take that from you, you know. It's yours. It's where you belong. And after that was the end, really. That was the end of my nerves. Like every now and again I get a little dip where I'm like, maybe I can't reach that and I shouldn't do that, but not really.
Work through it.
Yeah, you just got to fucking commit, haven't you?
Yeah. You guys, I think, always wanted to work together, but did you know what sound you were going to make once you got to the stage of writing and, you know, putting ideas to each other?
I think it just kind of unveiled itself to us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I knew what I had been playing and what I had been working on before we got together, and so there was that part of it. But I think as soon as we like sat down together and started going, like first time we went back and forth and wrote a song, it was just like, yeah, this makes sense. It was
work.
You know, I think it was an easy. It just came together quickly.
It was so smooth and so painless, like it just wasn't it though. That sounds awful, but it's true. It was quick and easy, and it was great.
I guess,
just the way I like it.
Yeah, like we all like it. Anyway, moving on quickly. There's an element, obviously, there's only two cooks this time. Is that always a good thing, or sometimes are you like, we need another opinion here, can someone come in and...
We never need another opinion, I don't think. I mean, that's what a producer's for, really. Like, when you go in to record your album, you have a producer who's there kind of as an overseer, and like, you know, they bring the experience and the wisdom, and you bring the ideas and the passion, and obviously they're very passionate as well. Gil was amazing, you know, so passionate, really believed in what we were doing, and really loved our bands. But as for other like writers, like it worked so well with us. We found it was, like I said before, it was just so easy and simple for the first time ever, and decision making was like instant, like so instant that you can't. Once you have that, it's really difficult to go back, isn't it? Like it's you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And we've always written that way, like a simple riff and a simple vocal melody, and the song is there. The song's born, and then it's just about adding layers. And we kind of always, once you've got that song, that idea, we know then what we want to put on it, and sometimes we won't be able to, you know, like we can't. Jim's an alright drummer. He can put.
All right.
Thank you.
That's being really
that's being
polite as well. Yeah. Jim's a pretty good drummer, but there's some things that are a little out of his grasp at the minute. Me, I can't. I can't play drums. I can't play any instruments, which is really unfortunate.
The vocal cords.
Hey, yeah.
It is an instrument.
Yeah, this plays me. That's what happens. But, you know, so we pull people in that we know can play their instruments really well and that love rock music and that get the band. And it's just happened that it's all our friends, you know, good friends of ours. So.
Yeah. And it's not like they, you know, we bring the songs to them, and it's not like they don't say, like, hey, I'll try this. And it's great, like, you can bounce ideas off them. That's the best part about playing music with other people, working with other musicians. But ultimately, you know, we're in charge, so...
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's you know,
Boss man.
It just is how, like, we're the chefs. They're like the sous chefs, and
Nice analogy.
they listen to us. This is on the menu tonight, fellas.
Some tasty food, aren't you?
Exactly.
Make some tasty beats.
Make some tasty beats. Oh, God. What are we doing?
Let's roll with it.
Cook us up some tasty beats.
Put a little hit sauce on
A little hit sauce.
it. Sprinkle it on there.
Liberal. Marinate it. Marinated in hit sauce. What are we even talking about?
I'm going to carry this on. Has the fact that music lovers have gone, that's yummy,
Yeah.
do you think that, I don't know, people just like old-fashioned rock and roll?
Dessert. Put it that way. They want dessert, so we're going to...
Michelin
Michelin star rock, yeah.
Is the dessert the next album then?
Oh, yeah. Pure dessert.
Yeah.
Go back to normal talking now because I'm getting confused.
Just desserts.
See, this is the jet lag. So.
Yeah, this now you're witnessing it right here. I'm so sorry.
I'm joining in and I'm encouraging it. It's terrible. So with your first album, you're proud of it, you put it out. Obviously you wouldn't put it out if you weren't proud of it, but everyone goes, this is my best work to date. But now you've lived with it, you've played it live for a bit, are there bits that you think, actually maybe for the next one we won't do so much of that, or we'll do more of that?
I mean,
I don't think we've really sat down and compared. There's been no comparison to what we're writing now. It's like we're just writing new songs. That's all it is. For me, personally, like I listen to it now and I'm like, fuck, I know I could sing that better now. But that's just the way it is. Like you're always gonna. I'm sure there are solos on there that you're like, I would have played that a bit differently, whatever. But when you compare that to the new stuff, the best thing to do. Well, it's not even a conscious decision, is it? You just write new, you know, and because we're always trying to push ourselves. I don't want to be in a band that bores me, you know, like least of all that bores anyone else. And although sometimes that's what the public want, they want just more of the same. They ain't gonna get that. Like no one ever is, you know. And frankly, like we owe it to them to progress, to change, and to convince them as well along the way that like. Okay, yeah, cool. Like now they want more of this. Well, you ain't gonna get that either. But that's not the point. Like we always want to be moving forward. Like otherwise you stagnate, and then you're gone. You know.
Do you kind of like the fact that with this album you had the chance to kind of shock to an extent, and there's intrigue surrounding it? Do you kind of want to make sure that that's present on every record?
I mean, I want there to be an element that people talk about. I want to push it, and however we may do that. I don't really know yet, but you know, it'll happen in time. It'll just kind of come out. I want to push it as much as we can, try new things. We said from the beginning when we started the band, just do whatever we wanted to do, and just make it cool and make it fun. So I always want people to be like, oh, Pure Love, they're really going out there on this record, doing something new. And that's the fun part of it, just kind of making people talk, but hopefully in the best way possible.
And it's rooted in rock and roll, you know, like that's, at the end of the day, rock and roll, fuck that. Rock and roll is like, you know, in itself was just such a mishmash of sounds in the beginning, you know, it's all got its bass and blues, and that's what I think of when I think of Pure Love. I think we're a blues band. Like I really feel like we've got a bluesy vibe, And so we'll always probably head back to that, but it's just rock and roll. It's whatever you want it to be, you know? We're lucky, really lucky, you know?
Frank, what was the moment in your life you realised you were going to make a living from music?
We just got jobs, so I don't know. I don't know how I'm making rent this month. I mean, I was really fortunate in my old band. Like we did, you know, my old band got really lucky and we signed a big deal. And this band, we got shown a lot of faith by people up front. You know, and what we've been able to do is establish our band and then be free. So wherever we take it now is kind of up to us. Like, I mean, a career in music is a difficult thing these days, you know, like it's hard to find, it's not hard to find backing, but it's hard to find support. It's hard to find support from people that really get what you're about and what you want to do. And we're lucky in the fact that we've had that for the majority. Like we've had to fight a little bit, but for the most part, we found it. But yeah, like, I don't know, like a career in music, I'm not sure. I would always think of myself as an artist, you know. All these people up here are in their own right. Like, it's not about a career. We're just very lucky, we're blessed that we're able to get up and do this every day, you know, as a job. Like,
Absolutely. Jimmy as well, you know, inspiring a new generation to pick up guitars and play music, because it's not the best sign in the world at the moment for hardcore, is it? You know, so you are sort of flying the flag for your own, genre of music.
It's just always been something that I've done. Like, I picked it up when I was 11, and I just knew it was, you know, it was a lot better than playing the violin, which I started out on. So, but yeah, I mean, it was just natural for me, and it just felt right. And when we started this band, there was no question that it was going to be a rock and roll band, and just, you know, make it as loud and as anthemic as we could. So, I mean, hopefully, if I can inspire one kid to pick up a guitar and just play dirty rock and roll, then I've done my job.
And is that the motivation when you boys walk on stage? Every time you take on that stage, you're thinking this might encourage somebody to pick up an instrument and play it.
yeah, I mean, that's what we all do. That's why we do this, you know, to get out what we can't say, and to show people that there's still people out there with passion that want to kick, you know, hard against everyone. And I mean, music is in a weird place right now, you know, like things get turned around so fast. There is every year there's a new talent show that's throwing people through really, really fast, and they're gone as quick as they come, you know. We're not here to like outlive them. We will naturally outlive them because our album's out there and it's not going anywhere, you know. We have no intention of slowing down. I hope we're not 50 and still doing this, but we'll be here for a while because we just love playing music.
You got your name by listening to a song that had the lyrics "Pure Love" in it.
Well, they're an instrumental band. They're like a 70s jazz fusion band, and it's like loud, crazy, psychedelic. And they have a song called "Sapphire Bullets of Pure Love," and that just came on my iPod one day, and I was listening to it, and I looked down at it, and I was like, "Oh, Pure Love!" And we had been going back and forth for like 2 weeks.
I want to know what the other names were that could have made the cut.
New England.
New England was one.
That was one of them.
Flowers was one.
Flowers.
Which I really liked. I still like that.
Yeah.
They've got kind of a hippie vibe to them. Do you not think?
We're hippies. Peace and love. That's what we're all about.
Last question. At Reading and Leeds, what inflatables do you want to see? Are there any particular animal shape?
The biggest white swan. As many.
If you want to impress us, bring an inflatable white swan. The biggest inflatable white swan you can. And you will...
What will they get for that? What
I
surprise?
don't even know, but it will be amazing. It will change their life.
Riding a white swan while playing a solo.
What more could they want?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What more could anyone want?
Perfect way to end. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, we played at like 1 in the afternoon, and the tent was like full. It was like 10,000 people in there, and that's amazing. You know, it's a really, like, you can't explain that feeling. Like you can't explain that feeling. It's amazing. But knowing that we're going to have the opportunity to go back and play in a smaller tent, we asked specifically to be put in a smaller tent because that's like what we're about, you know. And so this year was our year. You know, that's the end of it. Like, we're going to go there and we're going to have the most fun we can have in 45 minutes in a tent with a couple of thousand people.
And it makes Relentless Live even more special as well if there are only a few gigs in the UK this year.